Hey, pre-algebra, we are going to be working in chapter 2 still. We're looking at section 2.5, dividing integers. This should be a very short note-taking process. We only have one vocabulary word and very few examples, and you should be familiar with most of this. Our vocabulary word today is mean, and you should know what this means. Mean is the average, when you find the average of a set of numbers. And it says here, the definition is the sum of a set of numbers divided by the number of numbers in the set. That's going to give you the mean. So let's say a student had a grade of 70, 80, and then 90 on her tests this year, and she wanted to find the mean or the average. She would add up those numbers and divide it by 3, because we're referring to 3 numbers here. When you add that up, you get 240 divided by 3 gives you 80. This student has an 80 average, or the mean of these 3 numbers is 80. The mean is not always the center number, as you see here. You indeed have to add up all the numbers and divide in order to get the mean. Our first example brings us to dividing numbers with the same sign. And I'm going to fix that a little bit. What I want you guys to recognize is that these rules are the same as the rules for multiplying. When the signs are the same, your answer is positive. If you can hold on to that, you are good to go. So as I look at this, negative 51, and this is when we're talking about 2 numbers, by the way. If you've got 2 numbers that you're dividing, if the signs are the same, your answer is positive. So negative 51 divided by negative 3 is going to give me a positive 17. 45 divided by 5 will give me a positive 9, and negative 21 divided by negative 7 will give me a positive 3. Again, same sign, your answer will be positive. Okay, so this slide is a little bit not exactly what I wanted it to be, so I made some alterations, but I'll help you understand what I'm talking about as we go through. So example 2, divide integers with different signs, and the key here is that different signs are going to give you a negative answer. So when you're dealing with different signs, you're going to get a negative answer. So for this first one, negative 35 divided by 5, it can be a slash mark like this or a fraction bar. They both mean division. Negative 35 divided by 5, since the signs are different, the answer is negative, and we know 35 divided by 5 is 7. So your answer to that first one is negative 7. Over here, this should read negative 63 divided by positive 7. I tried to change a negative to a plus sign. That's why that looks so crazy. Okay, so 63 divided by 7 we know is 9, but since these signs are different, my answer is negative. And 11 divided by negative 1 is going to be simply negative 11, because we know 11 divided by negative 1 is indeed 11, and since we've got 2 different signs, our answer is negative 11. So there are our answers for those problems. Let's move on to the next example. So we're going to use our information that we've gathered from the last 2 examples for this third one. Example 3, we're going to evaluate algebraic expressions. So here we have 12y divided by x. Let's replace each variable with the understood value of the variable. So 12 times negative 3 over negative 6 is what we're dealing with. 12 times negative 3 is a negative 36. All of that over negative 6. Now we've got the same signs. Our answer is going to end up being positive, because the same sign means positive. Our answer is a positive 6, because 36 divided by 6 is going to give me 6, and same sign, positive. All right, let's do this next one. Negative 5x over y. Let's go ahead and replace. Negative 5 times, what is x? Negative 6. And then y is negative 3. Again, let's do what we know to do. A negative times a negative up here is going to give me a positive, so I have a positive 30 in the numerator divided by a negative 3. Remember, when I have different signs, as we do here with this 30 and this negative 3, my answer is going to end up being negative. So my answer over here is going to be a negative 10. So here we're going to put our vocabulary word to use. We are going to find the mean. Here the wind chill temperatures in degrees Fahrenheit for 7 days are as follows. So we've got negative 6, negative 5, 2, negative 10, 1, and negative 9. And of course 6. So that's 7 days, 7 values. We're going to find the mean temperature. we remember that finding the mean requires us to add up all of the numbers and then divide by the number of numbers. So we're going to add our -6 plus our -5, negative, plus our 2, plus our -10, our line needs to be longer, plus 1, plus -9. We can take these 2 by 2 and add them together, and when we finally add up all of the numbers in the numerator, we get -27 over 7. Now we need to actually do some division here. We can't leave this fraction. It doesn't really mean anything to us, and it doesn't really help us really have a good understanding of what that average temperature is. So I'm going to rock my long division skills. 7 goes into 28 3 times. So then I multiply 3 times 7, I get 21. Bring down my 6, and what happens next? Well, I'm going to just put a 0 here and keep it moving. 7 goes into 60 8 times, and 7 times 8 is going to give me 56. Subtract, I get 4. Bring down another 0. And I think going to the hundreds place is good enough. So 7 goes into 45 times. So approximately, our answer is approximately, wavy lines for approximately, -3.85 degrees. All right, good friends. We've come to another end of a video, and you've got your assignment. Hopefully it's in your packet, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Have an excellent day.